It's Car Con Carne, the world's only food podcast recorded in a car. That car is my Mazda 3. I'm James Van Osdell, parked outside Village Inn in Skokie. It's an institution in Skokie. I'm joined by part of the band W.O.R.M. But before we even get into an interview, before W.O.R.M., the World Organization of the Righteous Movement, performs and interviews in this car, I should mention Car Con Carne is brought to you lovingly by Boost Mobile. And Boost Mobile, I have unlimited talk, text, and data through Boost. And it's because of all those features I was able to communicate with W.O.R.M. and set this up. In fact, Karen, who's sitting in the front seat, she's playing a bass ukulele. We were going back and forth setting this up. I did that all because I have Boost Mobile unlimited data. We're at Village Inn. We're going to be talking to Desi, the owner of Village Inn. We're going to be eating his food. But before we get there, we're going to interview and talk with the band. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Sure.
Guy and gal? Okay.
It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Osdell.
No pressure.
Oh, hello, Facebook Live. That's Mike in the back seat. He's the singer of W.O.R.M., the World Organization. Is it of or for the Righteous Movement?
Of.
I always get my prepositions mixed up. And that's Karen. So Mike's got a guitar. Karen's got a bass. Hold this thing up. This is a first. It's the first ukulele in the car. This is extraordinary. So in a little bit, we're at Village Inn in Skokie. A lovely place, lovely community. Desi, the owner of Village Inn, is going to be joining us in the car. We'll do a Facebook Live with that. We'll eat his delicious pizza. But first, let's talk about your band.
Awesome.
Now, when this podcast unloads, when it posts in a couple weeks, the sound will be crystal clear because I've got you both on microphone. But for now, Mike's in the back seat. He's the lead singer. So you might need to lean in just because. But give us some W.O.R.M. history.
That's all you, man.
Oh, wow. Well, we've been around for about 18 years. Played all over Chicagoland area. Played all over the Midwestern area. Just a little bit of touch of rock and roll, industrial, maybe even a little bit of country here and there, I mean, I can't think of much more. I mean,
So
what else could have happened in 18
right.
years?
Yeah, I mean,
it was Reidy started as an internship at Invisible Records with Martin Atkins from Pigface and PIL.
Martin Atkins, a former Car Con Carne guest.
Awesome. We were super. It was super awesome. Last year we opened for Pigface 25th anniversary at House of Blues, so that was a great experience. But then there was for a while Reidy toured with Through a Kill Cult, which is an old industrial.
Yeah, I was stage manager for the 2006 tour.
The first song I played on my 21st birthday was a Daisy Chain for Satan.
Beautiful.
Nice.
If I would have known that, we would have worked up some sort of
acoustic
cover.
I love
for
Thrill
you.
Kill Cult. Groovy's a trip. All right.
He's a good guy. So W.O.R.M, the current W.O.R.M iteration, I guess, has been going on for 4 years.
Yeah.
So that's when I forcefully joined the band.
Forcefully? You weren't going to take no.
No. W.O.R.M was playing at Reggie's about 4 years ago, and I had a couple 5-6 whiskeys in me, and I went up to Reidy and I said, "Man, I really like your band. Like, there's no bass player on stage." He's like, "No." I'm like, "All right." Couple whiskeys, 5, 6, 7 whiskeys. I just basically went up to him and I said, "So I've decided that I'm going to be your bass player. Here's my number. When are we going to start practicing?"
And that's pretty much how it went from there.
Who doesn't like a forward woman? I mean, really.
Exactly. You got to take charge, right?
Exactly. There is no glass ceiling for you, Karen.
No, not at all.
And that's when you released the album Early Bird Gets the, which was a delight. The kids love that one.
Oh,
So
it was
good.
great.
Yep.
On first glance, if someone just stumbled onto maybe your Facebook page, they may think you're a cult.
That's fine. Yeah.
We're an organization.
We're not a cult. We're an organization.
But you are a for-profit.
We're working on changing that.
Yeah.
A for-profit cult. You mentioned industrial, which is absolutely part of your DNA. And you mentioned Thrill Kill Cult. I mean, did you grow up on that stuff? I mean, did you grow up on Revolting Cocks and KMFDM and Front 242, all that stuff?
Yeah, I would say for the most part, KMFDM, Skinny Puppy. For me, it was Depeche Mode. I have a little. He's got a little bit of country in him, and I got a little bit of rock and roll. So I was more Motley Crue, and I think you were more with Chris Christopherson. So.
Yeah, I grew up with the same stuff. I mean, I was a huge Ministry fan, Nine Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson. Met my wife, and then she introduced me to Pigface, and that was the rabbit hole. And it just led all the way through everything else after that.
Well, to be fair, everyone is a member of Pigface. I think I'm a member of Pigface.
Probably are.
Probably are. I think we all got a card someplace.
That is a pretty extended family there.
Yeah.
It was intense when we played the 25th anniversary to see, I think there was 10 drummers on stage. It's 7 guitar players, and then at one point we all bum rushed, and so everybody, I think literally the entire House of Blues, including the audience, was on stage at one point in time.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right, so looking ahead for Worm, what's next? What's on the horizon? Shows?
Yeah.
Music, studio stuff?
Absolutely. So in March, we released The Unconquerable, which was a self-release title. We've been touring for that. So we've gone, we've done Midwest. We were heading down to Tennessee. We just played a show local. But right now we have, and we just had a Ministry tune that was on a Ministry compilation.
Which song?
Deity.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. And then just lots of shows. We're working on... we're writing a new song for potential compilation, so I can't really talk, super hush on that. And then new album and tour. I mean, that's rock and roll.
That's the
right?
cycle, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Can I just say, Michael looks so cool hanging back there. If I were watching on Facebook Live right now, I'd want to hang with him.
Well,
He's got the cowboy hat, the shades. It's it's raining and dark out.
I got an extra space right here,
Hey, there's always room next to Mike's lap. Yeah. All right, so
except being on tour and being stuck in the back seat.
Shoulder to shoulder.
a little uncomfortable for you.
Well, I had to sit bitch in an SUV when we did this last run.
How do you sit bitch in an SUV? I get it from a motorcycle perspective.
Right. Well, I was kind of in between, and I had my guitar player's foot in one direction, and then I had Reidy's head propped up against here. It was. They all said that it was a great tour, and it was super comfortable, except for me. So
I drool a little bit every once in a while when I sleep.
Who doesn't?
Too,
The second I'm out. I'm drooling. I'm snoring. I'm unbearable. I'm terrible to be around.
I'm the same way. So.
All right, so Worm, thank you so much for meeting up on a Sunday night.
Absolutely.
In the scenic town of Skokie. We're going to grab Desi from Village Inn. I mentioned that. But before we do that, I would hate to see a bass ukulele go to waste. Speaking of ukulele, do you say ukulele?
Yes.
I was
ukulele.
I was interviewing Dick Dale, the surf guitar legend a couple years ago,
Absolutely.
who plays ukulele, and he corrected me. He said it's ukulele.
Ukulele.
That's like...
All right, Facebook. Ukulele.
So we have a bass ukulele ready to go here. We have Worm. What song are you going to play? Acoustic. This is nuts. If you're watching this, I want you to appreciate what's happening here. This is, as we discussed, a rock/industrial. This is a much heavier band than typically plays in a Mazda 3.
Right.
Yeah. So you're going to go do something completely stripped down. What are you going to play?
It's a song called The Devil is a Junkie.
The Devil is a Junkie.
Featured on The Unconquerable, which is available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, CD Baby.
So, are you the business side of Worm?
A little bit.
Okay. Mike's the artist in the back seat?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting that. I'm picking up on that. Okay. So, Facebook Live. We'll be doing this again in a little bit with Village Inn. Worm is here. Support them. They are local. Definitely support local music. And we're going to have you guys play. Let me turn down my volume because we don't want my microphone on this. And watch this. I'm going to disappear from Facebook Live.
Oh, no.
Because no one wants to see me awkwardly bobbing my head to you. No one needs that. So, all right.
We'll be watching. We'll see you.
That's right. Okay, so Facebook Live. Oh, I should mention, I'm wearing a white-collared shirt today because I decided I can't out-goth you, so why even try? I thought about wearing a black T-shirt. I'm like, oh, who the fuck am I kidding? All right. Worm, here we go.
All right.
I ain't getting no younger, and I don't ever rage. The world keeps turning round and round, but I remain the same. When I'm touched by the emotions that you used to think, I'm to everyone and every goddamn thing with a bad case of suicidal tendencies. I have to admit that something's got a hold of me. Yes, it's something. It's got a hold of me, and it won't let go. Is it something? It's got a hold of me, and it won't won't give in. I said something has got a hold of me, and it won't let go. I said something has got a hold of me, and it won't give in. I said something's got a hold of me, and it won't let go. It keeps getting harder, and that's a fact that won't change. And every single day is exactly the same, with 1,000 pounds of pressure coming crashing on me. But I'm free of the emotions, control your world, swimming through the haze of my prescription pills. It only took a few of those to make me see, and now I gotta admit that something's got a hold of me. I said something has got a hold of me, and it won't let go. I said something has got a hold of me, and it won't give in. I said something has got a hold of me, and it won't let go. I said something's got a hold of me, and it won't give in. Something has got a hold of me, and it won't let go. I said something has got a hold of me, and it won't give in. I said something has got a hold of me, and it won't let go. I said something's got a hold of me, and it won't give in. Keeps getting harder, and I'm still the same. I'm getting to the point where even I believe that this world needs me around for someone to blame. But I'm immune to the hatred you pour on yourselves, living every day your personal hell. Take a look around now, you may finally see that the devil is a junkie and he's got you and me. I said something has got a hold of me, and it won't let go. I said something has got a hold of me, and it won't give in. I said something has got a hold of me, and it won't let go. I said something's got a hold of me, and it won't give in.
Yeah. That's Worm live in a goddamn car.
Fuck yeah.
That was great, guys.
Thank you.
I like that breakdown. You just went a cappella there. That was awesome. That was so cool.
Totally unrehearsed and unplanned.
Mike in the back seat, Karen in the front seat. We're going to do this again on Facebook Live tonight, probably within the next 30 minutes. If you're in the Skokie area, you can hang out on the street and just look through the window. We're by Village Inn.
People will come if you say that.
They never have. I keep throwing it out there. They never have. This live stream brought to you by our friends at Boost Mobile. Thanks, Boost Mobile.
Thanks, Boost Mobile.
And we're going to pause, and then we'll do this again. So don't go far from the Facebook. You guys are awesome.
Thanks.
Round two, it's Carco and Carney recording outside Village Inn in Skokie. Really an institution in the Skokie area. If you were watching earlier, you'll notice that Karen from W.O.R.M is still here.
Hey.
Mike from W.O.R.M in the back seat. He took the sunglasses off.
You can see his eyes now.
There we go. Back to rock and roll. And in the back seat, proprietor, managing partner of Village Inn, it's Desi. Thank you for jumping in the back seat.
Well, thanks for having me.
So I guess let's get some, you want to hear some Village Inn history?
Yeah, absolutely.
We heard some W.O.R.M history.
Great.
Let's get some Village Inn history. Now, Desi, when I was growing up in the area, Village Inn was not the first pizza place at that location. When I grew up, it was Alberti's.
Correct.
As a kid. So when did Village Inn roll in?
Actually, around 1990, Randy Miles took over. I actually bought it, made a nice offer to the guys from Alberti's and took it over. And he's been there for, 26, 27 years now?
Yeah.
So I was actually going there in high school. That was like around my junior year.
Uh-huh.
So
And where did you go to school?
I went to Niles West.
Were you an Indian or a wolf?
I was an Indian.
Excellent.
So if they ever ask me for money, unless they change their name back, I won't be donating any. Just kidding.
I was an Indian as well.
Is it no longer Indians?
They're wolves.
Yeah, they had to change the name because
Yeah.
it was sensitive.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, okay. All right, so Village Inn has been here for that long. Tell us a little more about the restaurant. Like, obviously, pizza's your thing.
Correct.
I have a giant pizza here. What do we have here, by the way?
That's just a large thin sausage. It's
a
I mean,
classic.
our thin pizza is what we're known for, but we do have over 100 items on the menu, and we
Wait,
are
so how many items?
over 100.
How do you keep up with that? Like,
I honestly can't.
Isn't that kind of creating a problem for yourself?
No, I mean, well, our waitresses have been around for a while, so they're actually really good about it, and our customers know what they like, so we kind of stick to what everyone likes, and unfortunately, it is 100 items.
So I should say, if you're interested in Village Inn, which you should be because the place is awesome, nice family place.
Correct.
For most of the night, and then the bar.
Yes.
Takes on a life of its own.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a bar.
And we have a nice selection of craft beers now, and that's actually been a good thing for us. But we're open till 2 in the morning. Kitchen's open till 12, and we do have a.
Not only is he open till 2 in the morning, he's the only place in Skokie that's open past like 9 p.m.
I know what I'm doing after this interview.
I can tell you,
I can't believe you haven't cocktailed yet tonight. I can't believe it.
I know.
There are so many customers that come in and buy
frustrated.
6-packs after 12 because you can't buy it in Skokie after a certain time.
Wait, I can buy a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Order a
To go.
pizza.
Yep.
And drink a whiskey all in the same place.
That's correct.
This is amazing.
And we have 50-plus TVs, so you can watch whatever sporting event you want to.
Mike's been very quiet. Should I be you know him better than I do. Should I be nervous?
He's planning to the world.
He makes me a little uncomfortable. It's the sunglasses. It's like he swore a vow of silence for this interview.
That's what it is.
Okay. All right, so let's bust open the pizza here.
All right.
We are in a Mazda 3, and we have the largest size pizza from Village Inn. Thank you, Karen. Oh, look at that!
Right.
It's a thing of beauty. I'm gonna turn that around.
We can do this. Oh man.
It's too big.
There it is. Hey, there it is.
Teamwork.
It's a damn pizza in a Mazda 3. All right, so we're going to somehow try and distribute this. Desi, I should thank you on behalf of children in the area for your continued support of the Skokie Indians Little League.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure. It's
I've
our pleasure.
I've had many a post-season celebration here at your restaurant.
There you go.
Right.
I can hold this if you want to.
Desi, would you like to try your pizza?
I can wait. You guys enjoy it first.
Mike?
Oh, they're.
Oh, thank you.
There we go. All right, Karen, I'll get yours. I do love Village Inn pizza.
So I've never had this. I'm very excited. Oh, Reidy's just going to town. Like he's.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want?
Yeah.
Oh, no, take that. I'll
Excellent.
grab one for myself. Sorry, didn't mean to be forward here. Actually, we shouldn't have done that. All right, so what's the verdict here?
It's really good.
Now pretend Desi's not even in the car.
No,
Be honest.
So for my Chicago thin, like I'm one of the square kind of pizza eaters. So
You like the party cut.
I do. Yeah.
We can do that upon request.
But
Well played.
but it's good. It's a good sauce. It's a good cheese. It's like not too much of anything.
See, the problem with party cut is you got to touch like the grease. When you do the pie cut, you got a convenient holder.
Well, I don't like the middle parts, so I just eat the crust and then leave it for everybody else.
You know, there are people that tell me that square cut tastes better, which is really bizarre. But
That makes no
I
sense.
guess, you know, with Randy Miles being Italian and a lot of this being his recipe, he actually we tried to recreate Alberti's. So this is close
really?
as it got to Alberti's.
So how far do you deliver?
Pardon me?
Do you deliver?
Yes.
And so how far out do you go?
We go as far west as Harlem, as far east as Skokie Boulevard, as far north as Gulf, and as far south as Devon, I believe.
Nice.
Did your eyes just light up?
So excited.
And then, so on Mondays, if you're around between 11 and 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock for lunch, we do half-price pizza.
Again,
All right.
Desi,
Half-price pizza.
again, Mike doesn't talk much. He just points.
That's all right. He's obviously
Like hungry.
enjoying the pizza.
All right, sorry, you were saying on Mondays.
On Monday, we have our half-price pizza deal. So basically, it's half price off the cheese. And that's good, during lunch from 11 to 2. So it's half price off the cheese base. So a $16 cheese pizza is now $8. And that's good for delivery, dine-in, and carry-out.
Sold. Tell me about the sauce. The sauce is very sweet.
Yeah, it's a sweet sauce, not too sweet. What I like about our pizza is that, especially the thin crust, the ratio is really good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the right amount of ingredients, right amount of cheese, and the sauce isn't too sweet, but it's not too bland either. Yep. And I do like a thin crust. I'll be honest, I find our other products to be too bready, but that's normal for a stuffed or a pan pizza.
Mm-hmm.
We do, on request, can make a extra thin, which is like cracker thin, which people seem to like.
That's so like St. Louis.
Yeah, but
then you need that Provel cheese.
Yeah, which is delicious, by the way.
that's great cheese. Really?
I think it's delicious.
It's so good.
So what does the crowd look like after midnight? Have you ever had to bust anybody up?
Okay, so let me tell you.
Not yet, but in a couple hours.
For 18 years, I worked at the Board of Trade. All right, so I worked in, IT and in the futures industry. And when I lost my job, my wife's like, "Well, why don't you get more involved? It's family business. So, if you can't find anything, why don't you join us and work?" And I said, "Sure." So, back when we grew up, James, I don't know how much older you are than me, but if we got into a bar fight, that's all it was. There was no cameras.
Right.
No one got arrested. You just got into a fight and you guys went your different way. Nowadays with the cameras, well, my first
It's on
month
Facebook
working
Live.
Here, yeah, my first month working here, I got into a fight with a guy. And
In Skokie?
in Skokie, I threw him out the door and I started wailing on him, not knowing that I can't touch the guy. And so when the cops came, they separate us, and he's now barred from the Village Inn. But anyway, my wife goes, "Did you touch him?" I'm like, "No, not at all." She goes to the cameras, and there's just me pounding him, bam, bam.
Oh my God.
Nice.
She's like, "You can't do that." So now I'm learning how to deal with everyone with kid gloves. But I'll be honest with you, nothing after 1:30 is good.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty standard rule. I should say we are on Facebook Live right now. Michael Brya,
Yep. Hi, Michael.
Sheriff Scabs, he said he's watching instead of SummerSlam right now, and he works for the WWE.
I was in Sheriff Scabs once too.
Of course you were. Of course you were.
We are showing SummerSlam at Village Inn right now.
Okay.
Are you really?
Nice.
Yep, but I just don't put it on sound, but you can watch it. And,
Right.
So what's your busiest season?
the holidays are always busy, and there are times during the summer where we get really busy with our festivals.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the holiday, after everyone goes back to school, we start settling in again, and we do get busy.
No, for the podcast. If you're listening to the podcast, just an outstretched paper plate coming to the front seat. There goes Mike. It's like he reaches his hand out of a manhole cover and grabs whatever's available. Then we don't hear from him again.
No.
Desi, this pizza's delicious.
Thank you.
I knew that walking in here tonight, but this is awesome thin crust, and I think it really does come down to the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I like how everything works together on our pizza.
The sauce is great, and it's not too sweet like New
Correct.
York. Like I'm not a New York pizza fan because I hate that super sweet sauce.
Because New Yorkers suck.
Right.
Don't beat around the bush.
There's other pizza. I won't mention names, but some. I like it, but their sauce is just way too sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Way too sweet. But speaking of the square cut and the pie cut, I guess how they did it back in Italy was pie cut, and so that's how we always do it.
So what you're saying is Village Inn is a classic and Karen is misguided.
No, I wouldn't say that.
What else is new?
But she doesn't like middles like everyone else. I don't get it.
I don't get it. Mike likes bottoms.
Always.
Time out. This is.
I do have the pie cut pizza dress. I didn't get.
Yeah,
it.
how do we
There's
show
just
this?
no way you can.
Yeah, I can't without being creepy on the.
Right. I can take some clothes off. Someone's got to take some clothes off.
It's really taking a turn.
No, but here's the thing, Desi. Karen knew that we were coming to Village Inn tonight, so she literally bought a dress for the occasion.
That is awesome.
It's a pizza dress.
Let's get you behind the bar.
Are you hiring?
Always hiring.
I'm a musician, so.
But that is how she paid tribute to you tonight.
There we go. Like,
That
Look at
is
that.
awesome.
Slice. Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that.
Little mushroom skulls and pepperoni. Do you have mushroom skulls for your pizza?
Just mushrooms.
Do you do
skulls.
pineapple? Some people are opposed to pineapple.
Yes, there's pineapple. That is part of our Hawaiian pizza.
The now silent Mike Reidy is shaking his head
No
to express his
pineapple.
disapproval.
Could have brought that in. Could have given it a try.
The now
I would
silent.
have.
All right, Desi, this is delicious. Are you sure you don't want a piece?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You know what it tastes like?
Yes, I do.
I love this. And again, this is in Skokie. It's on Lincoln Avenue, just north of Oakton Street. It's a staple in the area. Even if you're not hungry, stop in for a beer. Stop in and watch some TV.
Last call's 1:30.
Hang out. It's really. It's pretty convenient too. Even if you're coming from the burbs, a couple different ways you can get here from the Edens. It's awesome. Thank you so much for jumping on the show for the pizza.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. It's absolutely my pleasure.
All right, so before we go, Worm and Desi, I do want to read the Boost Mobile social media message of the week. Not to bore you, but here we go. This concerns, I did 2 episodes at Epic Deli in McHenry, which is the coolest place.
It's good food.
Have you been there?
Yes.
It's insane, right?
Yeah, it's so good.
And I'm going to promote it only because it doesn't conflict with Village Inn.
Yeah, it's. Right. I mean, you have to cross the Mississippi to get there.
It's a little
Similar
far
to where Reidy's at.
But yeah, you almost need to charter a bus or something home, because I always eat too much and I feel too bloated and almost sick after I eat there because there's so much food. But I recorded 2 episodes there. One with the Atlas Moth, and
Love them.
Love the Atlas
Oh my
Moth.
god, amazing band.
Amazing band. And Stavros is kind of a nerd too. He likes his wrestling. He likes his comic books.
Yeah, we Stavros and I have had a couple bar conversations about comic books for sure. So.
Fair enough. And also the August Hotel. So I got comments on Facebook. One from Michael saying, "This is awesome. Much love for Epic Deli and the JVO sandwich," because of course Epic Deli has a JVO sandwich. And Mike says, "Get the Hulk hoagie at Epic Deli," which is another classic, speaking of wrestling, and Epic Deli. All right, Worm, just one more time while we're on this Facebook Live, where can people find you?
Facebook.com, Join Worm, Twitter, Join Worm, Instagram, Join Worm. You can also get us on all the major download sites, so Amazon, iTunes, CD Baby, Google Play, Spotify. So you can look us up under WORM, the World Organization of the Righteous Movement.
Not a cult. Desi, for Village Inn, where should people find you?
VillageInnPizzeria.com. Check out our Instagram at The Village Inn. Twitter is The Village Inn. And our Snapchat is Village Inn 1990.
And are you basically
And
here all the
Facebook.
time? Like, if we come in, you're going to be here, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's
I'm the whipping boy for my wife.
But that's the restaurant business, right? I mean,
yes. I mean, it's a lot of hard work, but I wouldn't do anything else.
This is coming from someone who worked for the Board of Trade.
Correct. I mean, I do miss my paycheck, but
Right. Don't we
nothing
all?
like being your own boss and being part of a family business. It's actually great. I like being part of a community.
Right on. All right, thanks, everybody. This was great.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, I'm saying goodbye. Bye, Facebook Live. Thank you for watching.
That's so cool.
What's that?
That was awesome.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you so much for doing it.
This pizza is so good.
It is
You guys
so
want a
good.
drink? Come on in. I'll get you a drink.